Miami, once a beacon of prosperity, now faces economic uncertainty. Once vibrant streets echo with the concerns of business owners and residents. Maria, a cafe owner, struggles with rising costs and fewer tourists. Her story reflects a broader shift as political decisions ripple through Florida's economy. Recent political maneuvers have created an unpredictable landscape for businesses. The economic storm brewing is a byproduct of these decisions. To thrive again, Florida must focus on strategies that support resilience and growth. Recent immigration crackdowns in Florida have sparked controversy and economic strain. Aggressive policies backed by millions in funding have created fear among immigrant communities. Industries like agriculture and hospitality, which rely on immigrant labor, are struggling with worker shortages. Farmers face reduced yields, and hotels and restaurants are short-staffed. Labor shortages threaten Florida's economy, highlighting the need for balanced immigration reform. Property taxes in Florida have become a point of contention, with over 60% of residents expressing the need for reform. The high cost of property taxes is placing a significant burden on homeowners and businesses alike, contributing to financial strain across the state. This has led to calls for reforms that make property ownership more affordable and sustainable. Compounding these issues is the controversy surrounding disaster aid allocation. In the wake of devastating hurricanes, the distribution of aid has been politically charged. Accusations of bias and mismanagement have surfaced, particularly concerning the fast-tracking of aid to certain areas over others. This has led to public outcry and increased scrutiny of how disaster funds are allocated and utilized. The combination of high property taxes and questionable disaster aid practices has left many Floridians feeling financially vulnerable. Homeowners and business owners alike are seeking relief and accountability from state leaders. The economic impact of these issues is significant, affecting investment decisions and overall economic confidence. Addressing these concerns requires transparent and equitable policies that prioritize the needs of all Floridians. By reforming tax structures and ensuring fair disaster aid distribution, Florida can foster a more stable economic environment that promotes growth and resilience. Florida's political landscape has increasingly been defined by culture wars, overshadowing economic priorities. The focus on controversial laws, such as the ban on vaccination mandates, reflects a shift away from science-based policymaking. This has raised concerns among public health officials and business leaders about the long-term implications for Florida's economic health and reputation. The ban on vaccination mandates, criticized by the state's former Surgeon General, exemplifies how political ideology can interfere with effective public health strategies. This policy has not only sparked legal challenges, but also deterred businesses that prioritize employee and customer safety. The impact on Florida's tourism industry, a key economic driver, is particularly pronounced as potential visitors weigh health risks. These culture wars extend beyond public health, affecting areas such as education and corporate governance. The emphasis on ideological battles has diverted attention from critical economic issues, creating uncertainty for businesses and investors. Florida's once attractive business climate is now overshadowed by political volatility and reputational risks. To restore confidence and attract business investment, Florida must refocus on policies that support economic growth and stability. By prioritizing pragmatic solutions over political agendas, the state can rebuild its reputation as a business-friendly environment conducive to innovation and prosperity. The devastating impact of recent hurricanes has, honestly, further complicated Florida's economic challenges. Hurricanes Debby, Helene, and Milton in 2024 resulted in over $5.43 billion in insured losses, severely affecting communities and businesses. Recovery efforts have been, mired in controversy, particularly regarding the allocation of federal disaster aid. The state's handling of these natural disasters has been criticized for perceived biases and inefficiencies. Accusations that FEMA funds were diverted to less affected areas have led to legal battles and heightened tensions between state and federal authorities. This has just exacerbated the difficulties faced by communities striving to rebuild and recover economically. Public health debates have also played a role in shaping Florida's economic landscape. The ban on vaccination mandates, for instance, has created legal and financial uncertainties for businesses. These policies have sparked widespread debate and concern, affecting public confidence and business operations across the state. To navigate these challenges, Florida needs a comprehensive approach that addresses both natural and political disasters. By fostering collaboration between state and federal agencies and prioritizing science-based policies, Florida can enhance its resilience and support economic recovery. Florida has experienced a significant ideological shift in its political landscape, moving from a traditionally business-focused approach to one dominated by cultural and ideological battles. This shift has been driven by the Republican Party's embrace of populist and anti-establishment rhetoric, prioritizing cultural issues over economic stability. Governor Ron DeSantis's administration has really epitomized this shift, with policies that often prioritize ideological objectives over bipartisan economic strategies. From controversial legislation to executive actions, the focus has been on advancing a conservative agenda, sometimes at the expense of business interests. This has led to policy instability and uncertainty, affecting investor confidence in economic planning. The emphasis on ideological battles has overshadowed critical economic issues, creating an environment of unpredictability for businesses. The lack of clear, consistent economic policies has deterred investment and innovation, which are key drivers of Florida's economic growth. So businesses are left to navigate a complex and often contradictory policy landscape, challenging their ability to thrive. To foster a stable and prosperous economic environment, Florida must realign its political focus towards pragmatic, business-friendly policies. By prioritizing economic growth and stability over ideological agendas, the state can attract investment and support sustainable development. Florida's political shift has had major repercussions in recent elections. Special elections in April 2025 saw Republican support drop sharply, even in safe districts. Voters are increasingly dissatisfied with the state's direction and rising economic pressures. The results signal a demand for change and a focus on economic stability. Florida's leaders now face pressure to address these concerns and restore public trust. As Florida grapples with its economic challenges, finding a path to recovery is honestly imperative. The state must move beyond divisive politics and focus on policies that promote economic growth and resilience. This requires collaboration between political leaders, business communities, and residents to address the root causes of economic instability. One key area for improvement is tax reform. By addressing the high property taxes that burden homeowners and businesses, Florida can create a more favorable environment for investment and growth. Additionally, reforming disaster aid allocation to ensure transparency and fairness can enhance public confidence and support recovery efforts. Immigration policies also require careful consideration. By recognizing the vital role of immigrant workers and implementing balanced reforms, Florida can support key economic sectors while addressing security concerns. Emphasizing science-based public health strategies can further bolster Florida's reputation as a safe and attractive destination for tourists and businesses alike. Ultimately, Florida's path to recovery lies in embracing policies that prioritize economic stability and growth. By fostering a collaborative and inclusive approach to governance, Florida can overcome its challenges and build a prosperous future for all its residents.